14:56 to play in the first half. BYU out of the Mountain West Conference taking on Xavier out of the Atlantic 10. One of those dangerous 8-9 games. And right now the Cougars from Provo have come out, and they are right now hitting on all cylinders.
And they've shot the ball very well. They have forced Xavier into some tougher opportunities.
BYU 5 of 8 from the field. They are a scoring basketball squad. They led the Mountain West in scoring at 78 points per game, and they can really shoot it. 49% from the field, 41% as a three-point shooting team. Playstead off the mark inside. He's a very talented and athletic big man at 6'11".
And Xavier right at the moment looking for some offense.
Inside and a whistle. So let's take a look at the South region, and the winner of this game will advance to take on Ohio State, who easily handled Central Connecticut State in the game before this one. Josh Duncan, a junior from Cincinnati Moeller High School, at the line. 87% free throw shooting. Now Dolman comes in, and he replaces Justin Cage. Both free throws good. So when you look at Xavier, they're from Cincinnati, Ohio, out of the Atlantic 10 Conference. 24-8 overall this season, 13-3 in conference play, receiving an at-large bid. What kind of team are they?
Well, they're a team that likes to get up and down as well, Gus, but they're not going to take every rebound and just try to make it a track meet. They like to play defense. They like to create some transition with turnovers.
Ainge, quick release. Austin Ainge is the son of BYU legend and Boston Celtics superstar Danny Ainge, who's in attendance. He runs the Celtics right now. Inside, Duncan, jump hook. Rebound. And stick back for Derek Brown. Now the Musketeers are in the building.
And he gets a foul on that one, too. Derek Brown is a guy that shoots 70% from the field, Gus. And one of the reasons is that he does a lot of this. He's very active around the basket, a great leaper inside.
He has the potential to be a star. Explosive. He brings tremendous energy off the bench. And they quite often run plays for him that will allow him to use his athleticism and come up with a dunk. Shoots 70% from the field.
Dunks and stickbacks. You have to be close to the basket if you're going to shoot 70%.
Kamar, terrific athlete for BYU. He's a weed. Very skinny, but he can play.
And Xavier, a team that plays a lot of guys, and they've really turned up the defensive pressure all of a sudden.
Here's Kamar inside. Nice catch. Placed up. Underneath, and he traveled. Four turnovers for BYU. Now, many of you will be going to see these games. This is a great matchup in the West. Gonzaga and Indiana. A 7-10. Eastern Kentucky, Carolina, Wright State, and Pitt. And a whistle.
Illegal screen.
Looks like that one will be called against Justin Dolman. So here come the BYU Cougars. They're coached by Dave Rose, who's in his second year. He was a college teammate of Clyde Drexler, played for Phi Slama Jama. You remember those guys? Larry Mishaw, Drexler and company. Corner jump shot off the mark. Hakeem Alderson, Hakeem Olajuwon.
That's quite an interesting fraternity.
That's right. Lavender transferred from Oklahoma. He runs the point guard spot for Xavier. Sean Miller, their coach, is a former point guard in the Big East at Pitt. Played with Charles Smith and Demetrius Gore. Pull-up jump shot off the mark for Raymond. Now Dolman. Count it. Dolman, if you look at his jump shot, very similar to that long sling back of Larry Bird. 12:22 to play. Take a look.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Bank of America, Gatorade, Burger King, and by Chevrolet.
Welcome back. 12:22 to play in the first half. BYU up by 1 against Xavier. 7 unanswered points for Xavier to pull to within 1. And now they pick up full court pressure. And if Brigham Young does have an Achilles heel, it's handling the basketball. They can't get shaky with it. And it was evident in their Mountain West Conference final against UNLV.
I think that kind of game we're going to see, Gus, though, is going to be a spurt game. One team is going to score 5 or 6 in a row and then see if the other team can answer.
Playstead backing his way in. Now Ames, 7 to shoot inside. Young, turnaround jump shot. Rebounded. Balderson changed his shot and banked it in.
Balderson is another one of those crafty guys who just knows how to get position. Excellent timing on the inside. I don't know how he got that shot up.
Balderson, a senior from Alberta, Canada. 14-11. They play some serious basketball up in Canada now. Steve Nash is a pretty good player. The Santa Clara Star. Goldman, short. Weak side rebound, snatched down and stuck back in. Oh, this kid can play. Derek Brown, a freshman from Dayton. Inside Balderson, and that's an offensive foul, is it?
No.
No, a blocking foul. Second slam for Derek Brown. 11:06 to play in the first half. BYU up by a penny. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. That's Austin Ainge. He is the son of former BYU standout Danny Ainge. And odds on, that little guy right there, Danny's grandson, Andre, eventually will be lacing it up and shooting jumpers for this BYU Cougars basketball team. Austin's wife, Crystal, giving birth to Andre in the stands. But Danny, it's hard to believe sometimes. It seems like just yesterday I remember watching Danny Ainge fly up the court and make a huge basket, and then go to the NBA and fight almost everybody in the league. And now he's a granddad.
Mike Rose with the big 3, and got to get out on these BYU guys. They can really shoot the basketball. Back in that zone defense. 2-3. Xavier's done a nice job on the offensive boards thus far.
And that ball knocked out of bounds. And now coming into the game, Lavender for Xavier. As well as a freshman from Brazil. Freshman of the year in the Mountain West Conference. Spinning inside, nice look, Cage can't hold, and is fouled. Let's go back to 1981. The East Regional Semifinal. BYU's Danny Ainge. One of the most memorable plays in NCAA basketball history. Dribbled the length of the court with less than 10 seconds left in the game and made the game-winning shot to send BYU to the Elite Eight against Notre Dame. Danny Ainge, terrific college and professional ball player. Now he runs the Boston Celtics. They have the second worst record in the NBA, so he's double dipping, watching his son and also watching Greg Oden, who could possibly be the first overall pick in the draft if he elects to come out of college.
One of the things that BYU has done consistently in this game is prevent Lavender from getting that dribble penetration. Picked up a foul that time.
Burrell, and he's fouled. For real-time scores and stats of every tournament game, go to Game Tracker. It's live on CSTV.com, the 24-hour college sports network from CBS Sports. So Stanley Burrell, a junior from Indianapolis, at the line. As he misses the first, Burrell averages 13 points a game. He and Dolman are the team leaders in scoring. Dolman at 13.4 and Burrell at 13.1.
Burrell, an outstanding free throw shooter, over 81% on the year.
As he misses a pair. And here come the Cougars. Balderson to the basket. Lavender with the rebound. He pushes it. Down the lane, the teardrop. Got it.
Gus, did you see him push Dolman out of the way down the court? Big fella was in his way. He moved him.
Playstead posting and toasting. Count it and the foul. In crosstown traffic.
Lavender is pretty quick right here. Uses that right hand to push his teammate Dolman away, and then nobody stops him. He just pulls up, hits the little floater.
Playstead is at the line. He's 6'11", a sophomore from San Antonio, Texas, and a unique athlete. They had him run, as he misses the free throw badly, they had him run a 40-yard dash. He went to the coaches and said, you always have the football players running 40-yard dashes. Why don't you try us? He ran a 4.6. He's 6'11".
Well, that's why he went and asked the coach to time him a 40-yard dash. He knew he was fast.
Terrific athlete. 1915. Now BYU packing it in.
BYU in this zone defense trying to neutralize that quickness, particularly of Lavender out on the perimeter.
Dolman, nice catch and bucket.
Not only did he catch it, but he kept his balance and was able to make the little short jumper.
He has 7. Ainge guarded by Lavender. Balderson slashing. One thing about Balderson, he looks like a rugged ball player. I mean, he's physical.
Looks like he spent some time in the weight room, doesn't he?
No doubt about it. No fear. Now Lavender. In the corner, wide open, Duncan. Rose the other way. Young skip pass. Ainge rise and fire. Lavender pushes it hard again. The lob. Dolman can't track it down. Lavender knocks it out of bounds. And a timeout on the floor. Great pace to this game. 7:52 to play first half. BYU on top 21-17. BYU with the lead. 8-9 game. Cougars and the Musketeers. Gus Johnson along with Dan Bonner.
Thus far, BYU has been able to negate the quickness advantage possessed by Xavier.
Alderson again. In the corner, Rose. Got it.
You know, Balderson does such a great job. Very versatile guy in his career. He's got more than 250 rebounds, more than 100 assists, and he's made more than 100 three-point field goals. And that was an excellent pass right there.
Raymond, he answers.
He's a three-point specialist.
Young has been quiet. And a foul on the baseline will go against Brandon Cole.
That foul was created by Young running the court very effectively and Balderson getting down there in position to make a pass inside.
.706 to play first half. BYU up by 4 with the ball. Balderson along with Ainge, Rose curling down the lane. Nice look on the baseline. Tabanari can't get it to stay down. It goes out of bounds and will stay right here. Cougars get a new shot clock. As you take a look at the game summary.
Each team shooting the ball very well. Of course, BYU 10 out of 19. 3 3-point field goals already. Man-to-man for Xavier.
And Young just running right over Dolman and is called for an offensive foul.
Young appears to be a little bit frustrated. Has not handled the ball a great deal early in this game. And he's used to being the guy that gets a lot of catches inside. Xavier's done a nice job on him early.
He's the Mountain West Conference Player of the Year. Averaged 17 points a game.
Very interesting story about him. Playstead had such a great year last year that early in the season people were double teaming Playstead, and that gave Young room to move around, and Young just played better and better, and his confidence really soared. Now he and Playstead a great 1-2 punch on the inside for BYU.
In the corner, Raymond, and he hits another three. 24-23. DJ Raymond, a sophomore from Toledo, Ohio.
Coming into this game, 75% of his field goals were threes. You can see why.
Brown with the rebound. Here's Lavender. In transition. And Raymond will run a play. BYU in a zone. 2-1-2.
And they need to find that guy, number 11.
Inside Dolman. Strip. Picked up by Ainge. Ainge. And a whistle and a foul. This one on the floor, a reach-in foul coming up against Xavier.
Xavier has done a nice job passing against the zone, and what they're going to do eventually is find the open man right there. And he was very deep in the corner.
Dolman picks up his first. And that will send Ainge to the line. 17 fouls against Xavier. 6 minutes to play here in the first half.
Very impressed with the aggressiveness of BYU early. They push the ball down the court and they attack you. And Ainge now has 6 points, and he's been in double figures 13 times this year, Gus. And of those 13 games, BYU has won 11 of them. So it's usually a good sign for the Cougars when Ainge is scoring.
He averages 8 points per game. So right now, Ainge with 7, 26-23. Raymond, Lavender in the backcourt. This zone is slowed down the Musketeers.
They've switched to man-to-man now. They've changed their defenses. They're giving Xavier different looks.
Lavender recognizes Dolman from deep.
Well, you don't want to get too far away from Dolman. You want to help on that screen, but you have to be conscious of the fact that Dolman can really shoot it.
And he ties it at 26. Playstead posting, rolling, strip, gets it back. And jump ball is the call. Xavier gets it once again. There's Sean Miller.
Now you've got a guy like Dolman who can set the screen. See, Playstead leaves to try to help out, but he does not get back quickly enough. You've got to get back quicker or not help at all when you're guarding a guy who can shoot it like Dolman can shoot it.
BYU has led it by as many as 8. Xavier by 2 points with a chance to reclaim the lead right here. Here's Lavender running the pick and roll with Dolman. Dolman pops, pumps, fires, and hits. Justin Dolman, ball player. 5:04 to play in the first half. Xavier on top of BYU by a deuce. Justin Dolman. Nice. Xavier University, located in Cincinnati, Ohio. Small school, close to 7,000 students, but they are terrific in basketball. Their 18th NCAA Tournament appearance. Sean Miller, the head coach in his 3rd year. His former coach and mentor, Thad Matta, scouting. And he must be rooting at the same time.
Well, he is, but he told me that Sean Miller's his best friend. So he wants Xavier to win, but then he's got to play him, and he's not really interested in that.
That would be high drama. Lavender quickly into the front court. Raymond, no. Make that Burrell off the mark. And here come the Cougars. Sam Burgess is checked in. Ainge rims one out. Young with the rebound. Double pump inside and draws contact. So Saturday has the potential to be a huge game for that man, Sean Miller. And that man is mentor Thad Matta. Ohio State already advancing. They take on the winner of this game between Xavier and BYU. Xavier and Ohio State haven't met since 1984. That was in the NIT.
Number 1, Josh Duncan, also number 5, Derek Brown.
And the Musketeers keep saying, we'll play them anywhere, anytime, any place. Young, second free throw good. Game tied at 28. 4:28 to play in the first half. 8-9 game. Xavier and BYU. From Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Pick and roll. Lavender, no look pass, nice look. Justin Cage lays it in. But Lavender put that one on a penny.
And BYU's got to figure out what to do with that ball screen at the top there. If you don't switch, if you don't cover it effectively, then Lavender gets inside. But if the big guy gets too far away, Dolman hits a three.
Lastead kicks it out. Ainge off the dribble, the double pump, rims off. Brown with the rebound.
Boy, Brown's been impressive around the basket in this first half for Xavier.
He has 9 rebounds, 4 of those rebounds offensive.
9 rebounds.
Duncan straight away.
Xavier considers Duncan possibly their best perimeter shooter, and he had a wide open look. Again, that high screen.
Now Young can hit that 12-footer and does. That's the difference. He's learned how to post up a little bit and then slide out and knock down that mid-range J on the baseline.
Makes your post-up game much more effective when you can face the basket a little bit.
Inside, drop step, Cage, and he's fouled. Burgess called for the foul. Game tied at 30 apiece. Lavender. Beautiful ball movement. Back after this. Stuck in the office and can't get to a TV, then sign up for NCAA March Madness on demand and watch the men's tournament online for free. For more, go to ncaasports.com/MMOD. And a look at the tournament summary.
Maryland and Georgetown continue to have success. Texas Tech and Duke both out in the first round. Boy, when's the last time that happened?
Wow, yeah. Coach Knight and Coach K.
And I'll tell you something else. The giant killers from the CAA are at it again. It was VCU that knocked out Duke. Keep in mind, George Mason last year on their run to the Final Four. They beat Michigan State, North Carolina, Connecticut.
Cage at the line in this game. We have had 4 ties and 2 lead changes. Xavier up 31-30. Justin Cage, he was on Thad Matta's Elite 8 team.
Cage, Cole, and Dolman, the 3 seniors, all on that team.
32-30. There's Dolman. Burgess curling. Nice look, Lastead. And he misses the layup. Burgess there! Wow! A beautiful layup to tie it at 32. Now Lavender hard to the bucket with English. Rose with the rebound. Here comes Ainge, pushing it like his old man used to. Young, 16-footer.
And Dolman got a piece of that, but look who's got the ball again. It's Burgess.
He is everywhere this evening. Young posting. Fadeaway jumper. Short. Snatched down by Brown. 10 rebounds for Brown.
We've still got 2 minutes to play in the first half. Man-to-man defense for BYU. Brown with a substantial height advantage against Burgess. They'd like him to get the ball inside.
Burrell finds Duncan posting play still. Pumping. 8 to shoot. They swing it. Lavender. He's got to hurry. 4 to shoot. Leans in. Falls. And it's a shot clock violation.
Sean Miller wondering what the heck happened out there. And I think what he's telling Lavender is get the ball to the basket. Lavender gets the ball up. Ball never hit the rim, and so that's the correct call. Nice job by Ainge to force Lavender away from the screen.
Rose deep.
That's 3 now. Off the bench. He comes off the bench shooting.
He shot that one from Provo.
That's his job.
9 points for Rose. 3 threes, as you mentioned, Danny. 1:10 to play in the first. 35-32 Cougars. Don't forget, coming up on AT&T at the half, Greg, Clark, and Seth will have live game look-ins, tournament news, and video highlights. That's coming up on AT&T at the half. 1:06 to play in the first. BYU with a 35-32 lead. Lavender, tough shot. Rebounded, and actually unable to rebound it is Brandon Cole.
That was really good defense by Burgess. Lavender looked like he had a step, but Burgess moved his feet and forced Lavender to take the very tough pull-up jumper instead of taking the ball all the way to the basket.
Now Young. Young gives it up. Ainge restarts the offense. Pick and roll. Ainge 8 to shoot. Long jump shot.
Ooh, wow, that is a big basket and a tough shot.
Austin Ainge gives BYU a 38-32 lead. 8-0 run for the Cougars. Shot clock turned off. Game clock at 8. Wolf turns the corner. Lets it go. Rebounded inside. Cage. Can he hold on? No. And that'll do it. BYU shoots 43% from the field, but they were 5 of 10 from the three-point line. Austin Ainge, huge basket at the end.
Big basket at the end. A nice little spurt there. Wow.
Ainge with 10 points. Rose had 9. We'll send you to Greg Gumbel with AT&T at the half after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching CBS Sports, home of the men's NCAA Basketball Championship.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Degree, Miller Lite, Fidelity Investments, and by Pontiac.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena. Tonight's game is brought to you in high definition by Harris Corporation, the world leader in broadcast systems for high definition television and mobile media. Gus Johnson, Dan Bonner. We start the second half. BYU with the 38-32 lead. What should we pay attention to as the second half gets ready to begin?
Well, I think what we've got to pay attention to is the fact that neither Drew Lavender nor Stanley Burrell have played very well for Xavier in the first half. And BYU now on a 10-0 run. They have played very efficiently on the offensive end for the most part.
Keena Young with the basket. He has 10 points. Averages 17 on the season. Inside. And a whistle and foul. As we take a look at the statistics from the first half.
Well, I think you can see there BYU has shot the ball very well, and they're scoring points off turnovers, and that's Sean Miller and Xavier. They want to create the turnovers, not give the ball up. I think Sean Miller is sort of unhappy at the end of the first half with the play of Drew Lavender. Lavender really forced the issue a couple of times. He wants his point guard to get other people involved. He had 5 assists, but only was 1 for 6 shooting it, and a couple of those shots were forced at the end of the half.
One of the reasons this Xavier team has excelled is because of the play of Drew Lavender. He managed to really learn how to attack and get his teammates involved in the middle of a game. He was getting into the habit early during the season of not attacking, not looking for his offense, and that hurt this basketball club. Inside Young, tough shot.
You know, he got started slowly, but he's playing with an awful lot of confidence right now. They're going to have to double team him.
Young, a senior from Beaumont, Texas. He originally was scheduled to go to Memphis, changed his mind, then verbally committed to Texas Tech, changed his mind, and ended up at BYU. And the ball out of bounds.
And the BYU offense has been very efficient, as we mentioned. They've been getting it done inside, mainly in the person of Keena Young, and they've been able to get it to the outside. Mike Rose with 3 3-point baskets, and Austin Ainge has scored. I almost said Danny Ainge, but Austin Ainge has scored in double figures. Had 10 in the first half. Always a big fan of this guy's named Dan.
That's right. So am I. Now Dolman facing. Gets inside and draws a foul. Playstead may have bumped him.
Now the only problem with that whole sequence there is Dolman is dribbling the ball and his 4 teammates are just standing there watching him. They've got to get themselves in position that if he cannot score, he's got some options other than just throw the ball up there. You're going to throw the ball inside of Dolman now. Everybody's going to stand and watch. You know, nobody gets in position where if he gets in trouble, he can throw him the ball.
Correction, that is 2 fouls on Playstead.
Got to get some offense from Burrell. He averages more than 10 shots a game. He's only taken 1, has yet to score. They've got to get a little bit more offense from Burrell. From Lavender, in addition to Burrell.
Now Young off the dribble and hits.
They really ought to guard him.
He's not allowing him to do it, and Sean Miller wants to talk it over. Keena Young, 14 points, 44-36 BYU.
Head coach Dave Rose and his BYU Cougars up by 8 at this point. That's his nephew, Mike Rose. He came off the bench and hit 3 3-point baskets. That's Gordon Rose, Mike's father, Dave's brother. So this is really a family affair here for the Rose boys.
Right now, 44-36 BYU with the lead. Across the lane, up and in for Brandon Cole. Ball knocked out, Cage.
When BYU really wants to push it. Lee Camard there had 2 fouls early in the first half, and he didn't play very much. Only 7 minutes.
Playstead. Balderson been quiet lately because Young has been taking over. Spins. High archer. Tapped around. Rebounded by Cole.
That was good help by Lavender that time.
Dolman in transition. Nice look. No call. Deflected out of bounds. Will head the other way. Xavier fans don't like it. Officials have been terrific.
This is really a nice job by Dolman to get the ball.
Looks like he may have gotten all ball.
He knocked it, and then Xavier knocked it out of bounds. But Dolman made a nice pass. Xavier just couldn't finish the play.
Curtis Shaw, Michael Eades, and Terry Weimer, the officials today. On the other end, Playstead with 4 points now, 46-38. But we've seen spurts in this game. We've seen BYU go up in the first half by 8. Xavier reel them in and go up by 2. Lavender. And he's fouled. Mike Rose has been shooting it.
Well, he's done a really nice job coming off the bench to score 3 threes in the first half, and this is the 9th time this season that he's come off the bench and made at least 3 threes. And you can see there, this guy does not need any time at all to get it off.
So Lavender at the line, gets the first. Drew Lavender, a junior from Columbus, Ohio, transferred from Oklahoma.
He replaces Cole.
Talking to Sean Miller, Lavender took him about, the early part of the season, the first third of the season, to really get comfortable. And since then, he's been very happy with the play of his point guard.
Kamard picked up his 3rd foul. Now Kamard on the baseline, and a hand-checking foul called on Cade. His 2nd.
BYU has done a nice job getting movement in the offense. The ball doesn't stay in one place very often. There's not a lot of pounding it. They move the ball from side to side, get it in and out.
Ainge popping out, lobs it inside, Playstead goes up high to make the catch. Now Kamard. Young faces. Pull-up jump shot goes down. And that's Balderson. Balderson with 10 points. BYU by 9. Largest lead of the game for the Cougars.
Have to pay so much attention to Young inside. It gives three-point shooters opportunities. Now Balderson gets a cheap one.
BYU 6 of 11 from the three-point line tonight.
And here's Young on the inside. You got to pay attention to him. Balderson moving well without the ball. That gets him an open space.
Cougars are a great three-point shooting team on the year, 41%. They shoot 49% as a team overall.
They have made at least 10 three-point baskets on 7 different occasions this year. They're headed in that direction again tonight.
And Balderson called for the foul. 15:51 to play, second half, 9-point lead. .51 to play in the second half, 49-40. Big games deserve big TVs. Win a $10,000 entertainment room only at mycokerewards.com/NCAA. And Xavier turns it over.
One of the factors in a couple of these stretches, a couple of these spurts for BYU has been a little bit of sloppiness on the part of Xavier. Man.
Driving, changes shot inside, comes up short.
It's one of the few bad decisions we've seen Ainge make tonight. For the most part, he has really played well.
And Lavender throws it out of bounds. So the top half of our bracket here in the South, the winner of this game takes on Ohio State, who pounded Central Connecticut State today. And the bottom half, it's set. Louisville against Texas A&M, a 3 versus a 6. And that one could be a bucket of blood. As Sean Miller looks on, 49-40 BYU. Here's Young. Powers his way inside. No. Batted out. Dolman got a hand on it and will stay right here. Now it's almost as if the Cougars are starting to challenge the manhood of this Xavier squad.
They're moving the ball very well, and they're moving without the ball very well. They're very difficult to defend.
Especially Young, when he gets the ball on the box, he has been bogarting his way in. Playstead, short. Dolman with the rebound. Xavier trying to suck it up now and get back in this game. A lot of time left.
They've had a couple of turnovers on the last few possessions. There, Rose is going to pick up the foul. They've got to score some baskets. The game gets very difficult when you're turning it over, you're not getting shots, or the ball's not going in the goal. It gets very easy when you're starting to score.
The difference is BYU's getting solid point guard play from Ainge and shaky point guard play from Lavender. Dolman. And a hand-checking foul. Playstead picks up his 3rd.
And Sean Miller very happy about that over there, signaling that it's a 1-and-1, and his team is a 74% free throw shooting team. Dolman shoots 78%, so Sean Miller very happy that his team's in the bonus. And look at the time remaining, Gus. That's a long time to be going to the line.
So Playstead heads out of the game. Vuk Ivanovic comes in and replaces him. He's a junior from Serbia. Dolman. So important when you get to the NCAAs, Dan, to be able to make your free throws. Already in the bonus, only one team foul against the Musketeers. Second one for Dolman is good. Dolman is a 78% free throw shooter. 49-42. Xavier fans trying to get their club refocused. Rose. Young.
Ivanovic not nearly the offensive threat inside of Playstead.
They'll try to go to Young. Ainge lost it. There's the defense. Here comes Burrell to the rack. No, but Dolman's there for the tip-in. In the front court, Rose lets it fly. Rose with 4 threes. (52-44). First, it's Dolman.
And this is a response, isn't it?
Welcome back, 52-44, BYU with the lead. And Rose has really found his stroke tonight.
Gus, just when Xavier fans think it's safe to hope, Rose hits a 3 under heavy pressure in transition.
He's 4 for 4 from the three-point line, 52-44. The largest lead for BYU has been 9. Xavier has led by 2.
Now BYU goes back to the zone that they used early in the game.
Inside, that one short by B.J. Raymond. Ainge the other way. Ainge fires. See if Xavier can get something inside. Well, they take the jumper. Knocked around. Saved from going out of bounds by Brown. In the corner again. This time it goes down for B.J. Raymond. B.J. Raymond with 9 points, all threes. 52-47 and a foul. Raymond called for his third.
And speaking of thirds and threes, Raymond, the big three-point shooter you mentioned, his third 3 of the game. And particularly not getting any offense at all from Burrell. Raymond's offense has become very important. There's Burrell leaving the game. Still has not scored.
Burrell averages 13 points a game on the season. 13 minutes to play. 52-47. The winner advancing to take on top-seeded Ohio State. Here's Ainge. Young. Rose again. Oh!
You cannot leave him to help. You've got to stay on him.
55-47.
What a weapon to have to bring off the bench.
He has a block burner. Now Dolman. Dolman steps back for 3 and answers.
Well, let's just not worry about two-point shots anymore.
I'm with it. 55-50. BYU. Dolman with 21. Musketeers have to D up though. Balderson. And a foul on the baseline. But Mike Rose is playing his heart out for his uncle.
Does a great job moving without the basketball. Cage right here stepped in to help. Now he can't get back to Rose. Watch how quickly Rose catches the ball and shoots it. And Dolman has had the answer. You mentioned 21 points, another 3.
Balderson driving. And a whistle. The basket will not count. Basket interference against BYU. Ivanovic. Dave Rose can't believe it.
I think he's trying to tell him that Ivanovic can't jump that high.
5-point game. 12 minutes to play. Rupp Arena. 23,000 strong. Dolman. They reverse it. Lavender lets it go and hits. And we've got a 2-point game. 55-53. It's been a game of spurts. BYU takes the lead. Xavier reels them in. Now Young. He's been a bully down there. Fired. Short. Dolman with the rebound. Musketeers can tie it up right here. Lavender. Inside, nice look. Cage, and he's whacked. Tough foul. Ivanovic. And Cage will go to the line and shoot 2. Timeout on the floor. 11:16 to play. 2-point game. March Madness at its best here in Lexington. (55-53) BYU with the lead. 11:16 to play in the second half here at Rupp Arena in Lexington. Cage at the line. 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Our bracket, the winner of this game, will take on Ohio State, who defeated Central Connecticut State handily today. Second free throw is good. And we're tied at 55. Xavier was down by 9. Currently on a 15-6 run to create the 6th tie of the game.
And BYU's got to find Young on the inside. He was dominant there for a stretch in this game. They've sort of forgotten about it.
Here he is. Forces one up, won't go. Nice rebound by Brandon Cole. Musketeers could go in front right here. Lavender. Pick and roll. Turns the corner. Now Burrell looking for his first point. Won't go. Young with the rebound. Ainge in the front court. Kicks it out. Balderson. And Ainge with the offensive rebound. Rose. Ainge fires. Rims off. And Brown comes up with the board. As you take a look at the foul situation. Raymond with 4, Balderson, Kamard, Placestead with 3.
And the interesting thing about that, Gus, is the guys from BYU not in dire straits right at the moment, but there have been so many fouls that Xavier has been in the 1-on-1 for the last 4 minutes of this game.
So Brown has been awesome. He's been the rebounder. 14 rebounds for Brown, a career high. And Xavier takes a 1-point lead. And he gets a pick. Now the sub is Dolman.
Brown goes out and gets a big hand.
What an atmosphere. 57-55. Xavier was down by 9. Holding on to a 2-point lead. But you know this BYU team can flat out shoot it. That man has been awesome. Finally missed one.
Great blockouts inside.
He has 15 rebounds. Dolman for 3. Loose ball. Inside Cole, and he's fouled. And that will send Cole to the line. Placestead with his 4th foul. 10:06 to play. Second half, 57-55. As Cole makes the first free throw. Xavier has been down by as many as 9. But they've rallied here in the second half.
And what a burst of energy. Doing a great job on the boards. They're finding the BYU shooters. and they're really, really doing a great job getting to the free throw line.
So here comes Ainge. Inside Young. Picks up his dribble. Rose. Back to Young. Across the lane. Rejected. Picked up Lavender. He's got Raymond on the wing. Lavender to the bucket. Blocked by Kamard and a foul. Ainge called for the foul. And that will send little Drew Lavender to the line at 5'7". He's a 75% shooter. 19-6 run for the Musketeers as Dave Rose looks on the BYU sideline.
Xavier has done a great job increasing the defensive pressure, and particularly they've done a great job on the defensive boards, which has given them an opportunity to get out and run.
60-55. Xavier on a 26 run. 13 unanswered points. Now Ainge. With Young. Thinking about it. And hits.
Basket by Young.
Senior. From Beaumont, Texas. 60-57. Under 10 to go. Backdoor Lavender. Missed it. Ball tipped up and in, though. Brandon Cole was there.
Lavender picks up the foul. He missed the layup on the inside. You don't often throw the ball to your 5'7" point guard on the inside. And the best thing that Cole does is not tip it a second time. He would have been called for basket interference.
62-57. Young facing. Down the lane, on the hop. Got it.
That's a very, very tough matchup for Cole. They are going to have to get him some help. Young just too quick with the ball.
Keena Young. 18 points, 62-59. Xavier. Down the lane, Cage hangs. Tapped up and a whistle. Foul coming up against Xavier.
See, Keena Young is able to take the ball into the lane, and Burrell with number 34 has his back to the play. He needed to turn around and help out his teammate Cole, and he didn't. And Young gets all the way to the goal.
Dolman called for a second foul as Ainge brings it up. Tabernari, Young, Rose, Kamard. Tabernari, step back, 20-footer, short.
Boy, Cage and Kamard are having a great one-on-one battle. Cage wins that one on the block out.
Lavender is key for this Xavier team down the stretch. He has to make good decisions. Dolman fires. Short.
That's exactly what Sean Miller wanted. The shot for Dolman, he just didn't get it.
Ainge penetrating. Oh! 1-point game. Lavender the other way. Inside, Duncan, nice catch, and he's fouled.
Great decision by Lavender to not try to force the drive, but pull it back out and find Duncan inside.
Both these teams exhausted. 7:42 to play in the second half. Xavier up by a point. Moments ago, Ainge with a very nice move inside.
Well, you're so concerned about Young on the inside. You don't want to leave Young to help out against Ainge. And Ainge, who scored 10 points in the first half, every little bit helps. He goes to the bench right at the moment. But he's played an excellent basketball game.
At the line now, Josh Duncan has 2 points, both coming from the line. Makes the first.
He's an 87% free throw shooter, and Xavier with a huge advantage at the free throw line.
Duncan. Great prospect, 6'9", 235, as he hits both free throws. They want him to become a better defender, though. And in the front court, Ben Murdoch getting some time, has it, finds Young on the baseline. Young draws attention. Kamard back to Young. He's a bully inside, and a foul on the floor.
The Xavier foul is on number 1.
As we take a look at the game summary.
And all you got to do is look right here. 21 for 25 from the free throw line. Only 5 free throw makes by BYU.
And a foul, quick foul on the inbounds pass called against Xavier. Burrell picks up his second. And that is the 17th foul against the Musketeers. So now BYU shoots 1 and 1. Kamard misses the front end. 15 rebounds for Derek Brown. Lavender, pull-up jumper, in and out, tapped up and in, Derek Brown. 16. Rebound.
That's hit by Brown.
To go along with 8 points. Young, leaning, rejected by Derek Brown.
Derek Brown.
Checking in for Xavier, number 3, Justin Page. Also number 15, Justin Cole. And for BYU coming in, number 13.
This is what we talked about. This is what we talked about, getting some help against Young, and Derek Brown helps out against Young. And on the offensive end, he's not known for his shooting ability, but now he tips it in.
Backdoor placed it, nice catch. And he misses the chippy, but will go to the line. Too far underneath the basket.
The Xavier foul is on number 5.
Brown picks up his second foul, and Playstead, a 48% free throw shooter, goes to the stripe to shoot 2.
Boy, Gus, in a game like this, you just don't want to be leaving opportunities at the free throw line. We just showed you that Xavier, 21 for 25 from the line. They've gotten opportunities, and they've converted them.
Second one goes down. 66-62, 6:40 to play. Lavender, Dolman, Cole, along with Burrell and Cage.
BYU back to the man-to-man.
Not a good play, but somehow Cage manages to track it down. Cole posting, calling for it. While we have a second, how long would you wait to make a big play for your soulmate? Tomorrow, the amazing story of a couple who waited over 60 years. Assignment America on the CBS Evening News with Katie.
Gus, the discussion here involves the shot clock. That ball hit the rim, and the officials have decided that it was a shot, so the shot clock should have reset. And it did not. There was like 6 seconds left up there, and so they reset it now to 29.
Lavender will throw it inbounds.
Better hurry.
And they almost turn it over.
Boy, BYU close to a couple.
Wow.
Right there, and they just weren't able to grab it.
There's Lavender. Dolman off the dribble. Finger roll, no. Tapped up. Loose. Save. Here comes Ainge pushing it. He'll stop and fire if need be. Rose driving to the bucket. Rejected. Cole got it. And a whistle and foul on the rebound.
Just when you think Rose is going to do nothing but shoot threes, he takes the ball hard to the basket. Great block by Cole. Dolman's going to get called for the foul on the rebound.
And that's his third. And that will send Playstead to the line. 48%. And he gets the first. Playstead, 6 points tonight.
He's been in foul trouble most of the night, has never really gotten into the flow of the game, but these were big opportunities here.
Second one good. Plaisted 3 of 5 from the line. 2-point game. 66-64. The winner advances to take on Ohio State on Saturday.
It's been a while since we've heard anything from Dolman offensively.
Lavender, guarded by Kamard. And a timeout call by Coach Miller. 5:36 to play in the second half. Xavier up by a deuce. Welcome back. Wednesday, Survivor returns on a special night. Find out if there will be a surprise merge Wednesday on CBS. Who will survive here? 5:36 to play in the second half. We've had ties and lead changes galore.
Well,
right now, Sean Miller's team is up by 2.
And it would be no surprise, no surprise merge here. Whoever survives has to play Ohio State.
That's right. We've had 6 ties, 4 lead changes. BYU is led by as many as 9. Xavier by as many as 5. Musketeers out of the Atlantic 10 in blue. Dolman, the runner, short. Young with the rebound. Cougars can tie it up right here.
Sean Miller called that timeout to get Dolman a shot.
Austin Ainge, the son of Danny Ainge, has been a great floor general. Young, a bully on the baseline. Posting up Dolman, gets to the bucket. Oh, and he gets the bounce. Warrior ties it up at 66.
And he can really get up, and he doesn't shoot the ball till he's at the very top of his leap.
20 points for Keena Young, the senior from Beaumont, Texas, and the Mountain West Conference Player of the Year.
BYU in that zone.
Dumps it down. Dolman driving and gets it to fall.
Nice pass by Burrell. He had a wide open 3.
Offensively, it's not Burrell's night. Plaisted posting. Bumping. Oh, man. Those rims are kind.
They've gotten a couple of bounces in the last 2 possessions.
And we're tied at 68. Back and forth they go. Burrell. The question is, who has the gas to finish? Who's in shape? We'll find out. Burrell. Lavender takes a jumper and hits. Big time shot for the smallest man on the floor. Lavender with 11. 71-68.
Great patience against that zone.
Rose has been hot from the three-point line. 4 threes. Now Ainge working. Fadeaway jumper in traffic, in and out. Batted out. Gets his own rebound. Lets it go. And Dolman rakes it. 71-68. 3:20 to play. 8 versus a 9.
Now down by 3. BYU's going to come out of that zone and go back to the man-to-man.
Cole stepping out on the baseline. Now backs down Plaisted. Oh, he ran him over. Offensive foul. Legitimate call. Plaisted doing a nice job flopping. 3:01 to play second half. Xavier on top 71-68.
Plaisted gets the ball inside. They get the kind bounce. And then on the other end, Lavender answers with the tough 3. Here we go.
(71-68). Xavier with the lead as we reset it for you. Each team with 2 timeouts. Both teams in the double bonus. Gus Johnson along with Dan Bonner.
All important. That possession arrow favors Xavier right at the moment.
Ainge to Young. Young squatting on the box. Kamard for 3. Plaisted with the rebound. Now Young posting up Cage. Spins. Cut off. Ainge. Kamard again. This time he rips it. And we're tied at 71.
That is just a great job of inside out by BYU.
2:18 to go. The winner to play Ohio State in the next round. 2:10 to play in the second half. We're tied at 71. We've had 9 ties, 4 lead changes. Sean Miller's Xavier Musketeers out of the Atlantic 10 have led by as many as 5. And Dave Rose's Cougars from BYU has led by as many as 9. Cage at the line, misses the first free throw.
And one of the reasons why this game is tied, why Xavier's been able to get back in it, is they have done such a great job getting to the free throw line and converting. A rare miss for the Musketeers this evening.
And he missed a pair.
And now Cole goes over the back.
And that will allow BYU to shoot. This is what awaits the winner. Greg Oden, Mike Conley Jr., and the Ohio State Buckeyes. The top seed in the South and the #1 team in the nation. Handily defeating Central Connecticut State this evening. So Young is at the line. A 79% free throw shooter. First one good. Cole picked up the foul on the other end, his 4th. Keena Cole rejected by Memphis. Had a verbal commitment with Texas Tech. They backed out. As Duncan comes in and replaces Cole. So what did he do? He took his time and landed at BYU. Second one good.
And became the Mountain West Player of the Year. BYU stays in the man-to-man.
73-71. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Lavender turns down the lane. The teardrop. And he gets the bounce.
Boy, he's made some big baskets. He struggled in the first half, but he's made some big buckets here in the second.
13 points. He had 2 at the break. Kamard hit a big 3. Now Ainge. Rose steps out. Thought about it. Inside, placed dead, and it's knocked away. Great defense by Josh Duncan.
Playstead just did not do a very good job holding his position on the inside.
Rupp Arena, Lexington, Kentucky. This is the South region. 73 apiece, BYU and Xavier. Now Lavender to the basket again, and he hits it. He's made great decisions down the stretch. 75-73. Crunch time. In the heart of basketball country. Young, Bogarting, fires, can't get Kamard! Kamard there for the rebound, and stick back. And that's Kamard's. A big-time play, rather, for Kamard. Game tied at 75. Now Lavender. Duncan slips out. Duncan to the basket. Got it up and hit it. Xavier up by 2. Ainge. Shot clock turned off. And a whistle. Timeout. Brigham Young. What a basket by Josh Duncan. 29.5 to go. Xavier up by 2 points. Welcome back as we reset it for you. Xavier with 2 timeouts left. BYU with 1. Both teams shooting 2. Possession arrow favors Xavier. This is Duncan moments ago.
And what a great job Duncan does to not just keep going to the basket and pick up the foul.
What do you do here if you're BYU?
If you're BYU, you take the first good shot you get, because if you miss, you have to have time to commit a foul and make a play to get back in the game. So this is not a situation where you hold for the last shot. You're down 2.
So Xavier doesn't want to foul. BYU may look to drive it. Playstead, Rose, Kamard. They look for Young. Here's Ainge spinning, lets it go. Playstead, rebound. And it's picked up Lavender. And Lavender's foul. BYU with the shot at point-blank range, but they didn't get it to stay down.
Nothing wrong with these opportunities. Ainge does a great job getting in there. That is a pretty good look. Then placed it with the great rebound. Maybe hurried a little bit too much on the inside.
So Lavender goes to the line. (78-75). Lavender with 16. He had 2 at the break. Transferred from Oklahoma. Second one. And hits. Timeout call by Xavier. 11.2 to go in the second half. Musketeers up 79-75. Welcome back. Each team has a timeout left. The possession arrow favors Xavier. And on every foul, 2 shots will be shot.
If you're Xavier, you want to make BYU use as much time as possible to get the ball up the court. BYU's got to score quicker.
Here's Ainge.
Too much time.
Ainge lost it. Finds Young. Lays it up, but that's it. How about that? Xavier holds on to win it. And they will get their wish. A meeting with the top-ranked Buckeyes of Ohio State on Saturday. Musketeers upset BYU 79-77, and the smallest man on the floor, Drew Lavender, had the biggest impact. 17 points, 2 points at halftime, 5 assists. He made great decisions down the stretch. Keena Young with 24 and 10. His career ends at BYU. Last 2 baskets for Lavender.
Lavender with those 5 assists in the first half, but he got his offense going in the second half. Those last 2 baskets he scored, very similar in appearance. Just did a great job getting in the lane.
So the bracket in the South as Xavier advances. What a matchup. Cincinnati, Columbus, Ohio State, Xavier. It's not only business, it's personal. And it'll take place on Saturday here on CBS. Now let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
Gus Johnson, Dan Bonner, thank you very much. Welcome back to our studios, everyone. And what that means is that Thad Matta and the Ohio State Buckeyes will meet Xavier, and that means Thad Matta up against his former mates. This is the final play of that game where the Musketeers, the number 9 seed in the South, hold on, beat Brigham Young by 2. One of the most entertaining games of the day.
Yeah, terrific game, as you would expect from an 8-9 matchup, but an outstanding effort both ways.